Hello and welcome to the Watering Hole. Thanks for checking out this clip. Don't forget to like and subscribe because that'll make the baby Jesus cry, and I know how much you guys love making the baby Jesus cry. Anyway, and along similar lines, attempting to erase Canadian sovereignty, 71% of Canadians support a Tesla ban, while 364,000 want Elon Musk citizenship revoked. So that's the what's it called? Petition that we talked about a couple weeks ago, which I signed.
So it's at almost 500,000 signatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when I signed it just past 300,000, I think. But yeah, it's still going up.
Because Trump keeps on threatening the sovereignty of Canada, it's no longer like a joke or a meme. Oh, those liberals, they get mad about anything. No, it stopped being that a while ago, when this is the guy who's actively providing everything needed for Trump to invade Canada, which he has threatened several times.
Yeah. No, it's but there's another petition. Where are we? Okay, here we go. So there's another petition, which this one is okay. So the new petition is to basically don't give Trump special treatment when it comes to entering the country. He's a convicted felon. Convicted felons are not allowed to enter the country.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
There's a petition to not allow Trump to enter the country. And again, it's Charlie Angus from Timmins and James Bay that is sponsoring that petition. And Charlie Angus is we like Charlie Angus. Progress only. Please sow it. I think you mean sign. I
think it's please do it.
Please do it. I did sign that one. And that one was introduced by Gerald Aldridge from Fairview, Alberta. Alberta is basically our Bible Belt. So, yeah. There's a convicted felon who wants to take over our country. Let's not let him in the country. I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Thank you, anonymous gifter, for gifting a tier 1 sub.
But yeah, so 71% of Canadians support banning Tesla. I know British Columbia has revoked the rebates that EVs get, electric vehicles get in Canada. BC revoked it just for Tesla. So, Tesla sales are down 70% in Canada right now. Now, that's not necessarily specific to Tesla, because apparently EVs in total have dropped by 79%, and that's because a lot of the EV rebates have been paused. So 70% drop is not necessarily that big a deal, but that's between December and January. I imagine it's going to be a bigger drop.
Did you see
January and February?
Speaking of the drop for Tesla, did you see Musk crying about how Tesla's doing right now?
Well, so here's the thing. If Tesla stock...
I just want to do things that people need.
If Tesla stock drops far enough, I forget what it's called.
They have to divest it, don't they?
No, so he could... I forget what the fucking term is called. It's some finance bro term where, because he used Tesla stock as collateral to borrow money to buy Twitter, they can force him to sell Tesla stock, which then would cause the stock to crash even further. And if he cannot pay off the loans, they could potentially repossess Twitter from him. So margin called. It's a margin call. So, and I've been saying if Tesla stock, what I saw was if Tesla stock gets down to 114, nobody knows for sure, but that's where all the finance experts are saying is probably going to trigger a margin call. Is at 114. And I don't understand any of this shit. I am not a finance bro. So I could have this completely wrong, but that was the, I don't know, fucking Yahoo Finance article that I read about it. It wasn't Yahoo Finance. This article's on Yahoo Finance. It was like, I don't know, Forbes or some shit. So yeah, people aren't buying Teslas. Yeah, because that's December and January, I don't think that's really representative of what the true drop is going to be. Because like we're seeing numbers from Europe and the UK and stuff right now, and like Germany in particular, which they since the 1950s they don't really brook any tolerance of Nazis. And something like 94% of Germans have said they will never buy a Tesla.
You know what? Good on them.
Yeah. China, biggest EV market in the world. Second biggest Tesla market in the world. They're losing. Tesla sales are down in China. They're losing to BYD, which is, you can't buy a BYD car in North America because of a bunch of tariffs and bullshit, but it's basically, BYD is what Tesla wants to be. It's actual good futuristic cars. Like,
and then because of what's been happening recently, they're just sitting back going, we're losing all of our money, every single bit of it.
Yeah. And yeah, there's also, there's something else I wanted to. Oh yeah, definitely do not Google what the most dangerous car is right now.
Is it a Cybertruck?
No, a car brand. They don't get that specific with the list.
Oh, is it Tesla?
It is Tesla. When you calculate like how many deaths per so many thousands of miles driven, Tesla came in number one.
Gee, I wonder why. Is it because...
It's because they're calling cruise control full self-driving. And
yeah.
So on that note though, like I wonder if how the vehicle is marketed plays into that. Because oh, is there a Heidi in the chat? Someone's saying hi to Heidi. She's not in the room with me. Yeah, anyway, because so I drive a Hyundai, and Hyundai also made the list of like most dangerous cars. It was number 5. And the list that I saw.
Are there that many car brands?
Yeah, there are more than you think.
Because like I only know like 7.
Okay, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't scroll down to see how many car brands there are, but oh yeah, it's because it literally does a Wile E. Coyote. Did you see that video? The Mark Rober video?
Mm-hmm.
So he grabbed a car that uses LiDAR in its automations and compared it to Tesla, which only uses visual cameras. And there were a bunch of different tests. The Tesla ran over the child again because it always does. But one of the final tests was you paint a big wall as if it's the road still going, and of course the LiDAR car stopped because LiDAR don't care what you paint on the wall. LiDAR sees a wall. But the Tesla uses only visual cameras, and it doesn't have the processing power of the human brain, so it's not noticing that there's some discrepancies at the edges of the wall. It just sees that the road keeps going. So it just smashed right through it.
Oh.
So, yeah, Teslas are about as smart as Wile E. Coyote. But yeah, so that's a fun video. It's on Mark Rober's channel if you want to go watch it. But yeah, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, how these cars are marketed, because Tesla, I feel like the only reason they're number 1 for danger is because they call their shit full self-driving or autopilot, stuff that makes you think that you can just not pay attention to the road and you'll be fine.
And then you die.
And then you
or
die.
You kill somebody.
Or you kill someone else. There's another video I saw where apparently it hasn't been confirmed, but the thing that we think is happening is if there's a motorcycle in the dark, it sees 2 little lights that are close together. So it's like, oh, that's a car that's far away. And then it rear ends the motorcycle. So yeah, LiDAR would work a lot better than that.
How much do you want to bet? LiDAR is more expensive.
Yeah, but not by much. Like Mark Rober goes over it in the video. I think it was only like $4 per module.
But
So
it doesn't need to be that much more expensive for cheap ass Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah, but because I also like, of all of the different, like, admittedly my experience is limited, but I have experience with Toyota's fancy schmancy, I'm just going to call them glorified cruise control, because that's what they are to me. So Toyota's glorified cruise control, I have experience with Chrysler's glorified cruise control, and I've experience with Hyundai. And by far, Hyundai is the best. And I'm wondering if that plays into why they are higher up on the list of dangerous vehicles. Because if it's the best, it feels reliable. I feel like I can trust it more than I can trust my Toyota's thing. So are there people who aren't like me, and when they get that, because I would never trust, like, my car, technically, I could have cruise control on local roads. It won't like look for stop signs or whatever, but like if a car stops for a red light in front of you, my car will stop behind it, and then when the car goes again, my car will go again. So it's fairly autonomous. It has the capability of being fairly autonomous, and it's like, I would never trust it in that. Like, I tried it once to see if it worked, and it did, and then I'm like, great, I'm never using cruise control in a residential area. Never.
Yeah, that just seems like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if, because they are advertising, oh yeah, no, it'll stop for stop signs, it'll obey the traffic rules, it'll do all this stuff, and we're calling it self-driving.
Oh, whoa.
I'm wondering if that plays into, like, it's not that the cars themselves are more dangerous, it's that people are trusting them for things that they shouldn't be trusted with.
That's fair. That...
And like, this is just me bullshitting. I don't actually have data to back this up, but like, from my own personal experience with these various
it's a nice
driving systems,
guess.
It's like, yeah, and Chrysler was like the absolute worst. I wouldn't trust that thing for shit. Toyota's is a little bit annoying, but like, it's just that it doesn't seem as, like, it seems more like typical cruise control that you wouldn't even expect to like monitor the cars in front of you, sort of thing. So it's not even that it's a bad system or badly implemented. It's just fancy cruise control, and they don't call it anything but that. I mean, they have a name for it, I'm sure, but it's nothing that indicates that you should be able to just not pay attention to the road. Okay. Dark Falcon says, remember, Rhino, this is the same guy who uses inferior 308 stainless over 315 stainless because it's cheaper, corrosion resistance. Oh, is that why the Cybertrucks are rusting?
Yeah, they're weak to water. They're fire-type Pokemon.
Yeah. Toyota Safety Suite, if I recall correctly. So the Safety Suite would be the whole suite of features. They always have specific names for, like, my car has both lane keep assist and lane centering assist or whatever. I have no fucking idea what the difference is between those. I just know that it'll nudge me back into the lane. Like, if I'm driving late at night and I fall asleep, it'll nudge me back into the lane. Also, Toyotas are known for being safe, and I have a suspicion about this. So we've recently discovered that our Toyota van, the speedometer tells you that you're going, when you're at highway speeds, it tells you that you're going about 5 kilometers an hour faster than you actually are. And like, the faster you go, the bigger the gap gets. So like, when we're going 120 on the highway, it says we're doing 127. So most people will do about 120. So if we're doing 120, we're actually only doing like 112.
That sounds like a way to keep people from getting in trouble with the law.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if like, if this is a thing that Toyota does across all their vehicles and people just haven't caught on to that, or like most people don't know about it. Because like, I just know, like, when I think of safe cars, Toyota is one of the first brands that I think of. And I'm wondering if that might play into it, because like, you think you're driving fast, but you're actually driving a lot slower than you think you are. And so therefore you are automatically a little bit safer. Could be old tires. I doubt it. The tires were, I don't know, the tires seem fine. I don't know. I know,
Dark
like,
Excalibur says, why are they weak to fire as well then? I don't know. Find me a Pokemon weak to both fire and water.
grass type. No, water's good for them. Lightning.
Lightning is neutral to both.
I would think lightning would be weak to water, would it not?
Nope. Lightning is super effective against water.
But yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I just remember, there was...
I'm sure somebody's
forget what
developed a
game it was.
calculator for this.
I forget what game it was, but there was a game that I played recently. Not recently, but like within the last couple of years recently. Fezzes are cool. Where they had like it had an element of elements to it, but it didn't actually fucking matter. So like if you chose the water thing against the fire thing, it would be the same as if you chose the electricity thing versus the grass thing.
Then why have it?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know, but it was one of those things where it's like I was trying to like plan things out, being like, okay, well, this is probably better than that, so I will use that. And then I learned that it actually made no difference, and it was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, Naki Bree figured it out. There is a Pokemon type combination that is weak to fire and water, and it actually makes sense with it being a fucking Cybertruck.
What is it?
Ground Steel.
Ground steel. Okay.
It's Ground Steel.
Sure.
You know what? Makes sense.